Welcome to Fighter from 3. It's the third podcast I've recorded today. Hopefully all goes well. If you haven't checked out the other podcasts that have come out today, go check those out. But anyways, we have a lot to talk about. A lot. First of all, I'm going to start with Jason Tatum was not named to an All-NBA team. Due to that, he did not get a $32 million bump in his rookie extension. And the funniest reply, which is also the first reply, in my opinion, is the next one, which says, 4D Chess by Brad Stevens. Well, it wasn't Stevens giving the contract, but yeah. It should be Danny Ainge. 4D Chess by Danny Ainge, because that's sometimes how he'd play. Jason Tatum was also the top vote getter among players who did not make the All-NBA team with 69 points. And Tatum was eligible as a guard and forward and had more votes than Kyrie, who made the third team as a guard, but Tatum was slotted as a forward because that was his position where he received the most votes. I guess those all kind of tie together. And then, well, let me kind of discuss this quick. Thankfully, although it sucks he didn't make an All-NBA team, no $32 million bump. I will take that. Besides, didn't we just tell Kemba to open up cap? That Kemba trade, the more I think about it, the more I like it and hate it at the same time. But with what I've heard, and I'll talk about this later, with what I've heard about a certain guard, I think I have kind of a detailed plan, or a plan that could evolve into the next Celtics starting roster, which I will talk about later. But it'll definitely be interesting to see if we can make an All-NBA team next year. Alright, next. Brad Stevens said that one thing he should be good at his new job is supporting the head coach. He intends to stay out of the coach's way and support. Says he's looking forward to the first loss, putting his arm around the coach, inviting him for a beer, saying it's okay. I like that. I like that he's got the mindset of something like that, where he's willing to support after the losses and kind of be like, yeah, I get it, I've been there. Because he can be that guy. He can go, I've been there, I've done that. It's just, it gets you one step closer to that next W. It should. Unless you are, well, no, I'm not going to say. I was going to say a team, but you know what? Hornets. Hornets have been irrelevant for a while. Or mediocre at best. They're in and out. They haven't... Although this is probably one of the strongest points they've been at with Kemba and Gordon in a while. Not Kemba, Gordon. LaMelo, as much as I hate to say that, ever, and you'll never hear me say that again, any praise towards LaMelo. And, Gordon, but... Brad Stevens also said, quote, the ability to make our wings better is going to be a huge part of the people that will be around them. It's basically saying the supporting cast will make the wings better. I'm fine with that. I like that. I like that he's saying the team around will support weaknesses at spots. and then he's sticking with the guys he has there, that's what that tells me. Is he's sticking with most the general core of what he has there, and he's going to build on that by strengthening with what's around it. I'm fine with that. I like that. I like hearing that. So that could be good. Al Horford, on his return, said, quote, "I'm just very grateful to have a second opportunity to be back here and to continue to work on what I started for." So I'm glad he's happy to be back in Boston. And in another quote, he says, quote, "I'm really, really happy to be back. I really appreciate how special of a place that Boston is. For me, being away from it, seeing the type of city it is, what the team is all about, it's something that I really missed." That kind of just says he wants to be here. And that he wants to get back into what he started in Boston. And I'm happy he's got a mentality like that, because if that mentality pushes him to be better and better every day, that could get us somewhere as a team. All right, the next point I had, I will just skip over till later. I will skip over for now. That too. Alright, here I got it. Nope, that is... I have so much, jumbled stuff in the middle of all this. Okay, now I got it. The Celtics now officially have their head coach. Former Brooklyn assistant? Hold on. I want to make sure I got it right. I want to be 100% sure of what he was in Brooklyn. Okay, I got it right here. Yeah, he was an assistant in Brooklyn. So... Ime Udoka is the next head coach of the Boston Celtics. And the aura he's just giving off is great. I like the aura he's giving off. It's... If he coaches as well as he potentially... Well, let me rephrase that. If he coaches as well as it sounds he's a coach and everything kind of meshes together, this could be good. I can't wait to see this. And he said, quote, "We have a willing group, and they have only reiterated that in our conversations lately. I'm not worried about our group being worried about hard coaching. They've asked for that, and it's something I'm going to bring to the table." So that means I can't wait to see if that's the coaching style. I don't know necessarily if Stevens was a coach that was like that. I think he probably was, at least to a degree. But onto more quotes. Okay. As I sift through. And this is what he said on the chances of contending in the near future. With two young pillars, in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, at this age, the sky's the limit. That's something I've kind of had in the back of my mind of, or that I've kind of thought about is that's what I've thought for a while, is they're the future. You got to build around him, and that just kind of solidifies it. Though he is not the GM, and you kind of already know they're solidified as a core. He says that all of the head coaching positions that opened up this summer, it was, quote, pretty evident that the Celtics job was the best one available due to the team's history, the expectations, and the roster makeup. So I'm glad he kind of likes what he sees in terms of roster and and the history and all that, because that's motivation, that's drive. And that's something that will help you at the end of the day. And it will help you to go to that next level. It will give you a boost, potentially. You just got to keep up that energy. And what he said in his message to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, quote, "Why wait? Go out and take it now." Said he used to give a similar message to Kawhi in San Antonio. And I think I said this already. I may have, I may not have. I'm starting to get confident because of just what I'm hearing. He said he has spent, quote, a ton of time thinking about how to build his staff. He believes he doesn't necessarily need to have a vet staff as much as an energetic staff. That speaks to me because you've seen... That gets me even more hyped because we see that in Philly. And this is drawing a comparison between Philly and Boston. You see that in Philly where you get a new head coach, a first-time head coach. And he brings this energy, this confidence. He brings in a young staff that is confident and brings energy and willingness to do the job, but also learn and all this different stuff. And it's great if it works out. And great if utilized correctly. At the end of the day, if things can work out, this could be a dangerous roster, and I like it, and a dangerous coaching staff. He also said that he has spent... Okay, nope, I already read that. Okay, got that. Okay. Brad Stevens says he has spoke to several potential head coaches, but Ime separated himself with his quote, his authenticity, his ability to be tough and yet very warm, and his experience. That also speaks a bit. Because it shows he can be tough when he needs to be. But he can be that guy if he needs to be, too. He can be that warm guy. And that could be beneficial. And Ime said the Celtics want to have, quote, more team basketball after finishing 27th in assists last year. Said he also wants to bring the dog out in guys. He apologized to Brad for bringing up the bad assist stats. I like that. I like the team atmosphere. That's always something that it's like, in a sense, you always need kind of a team atmosphere. And it's the team that does the winning, not a select player group. And it seems like he's kind of going with a team atmosphere. Like, it's the team, like, win or lose, it's us together. Not just you or you or you or you, or the starting roster or the bench, it's us. And I like that, especially from a young coach. Wick Grousbeck says Ime has a burning desire, quote, burning desire to win, and quote, I know Ime will do everything he can to make the 18th banner happen. I hope he can. I want to win this 18th banner before LA can. I want to break the tie. I've currently got... I just want to win before the Lakers do and bump it up to 18. I want to. I don't like being tied with the Lakers. I had to be reminded of that. I had to bring that up because now I'm going to have that in mind later. And I'm just going to jump on 2K and just dunk on the Lakers because I want to. But someone did say in the comments at one point about trading Semi Ojeleye and Grant Williams. Though I remember talking about during the Kemba trade that I think Grant's gone. Unless Tristan and Al are both gone. I don't think they're moving Al again. They could. I don't think they will. Unless they both move, I don't see Grant staying anyways. And Semi, it depends. It depends on Ojeleye staying, what they want to bring in as small forward. If they want to roll with Nesmith and put a young guy or two behind him, okay, bye. If not, roll with him and keep developing him. I don't know if they want to keep developing him. Also, at center, you also have Taco Fall. What? I think I take Taco over Grant Williams. I think I would. Imagine seeing Taco down next to the basket. Oh, that'd be scary. That'd be very scary. If he got to an elite level, dude, you're unstoppable at that point. Alright. Brad Stevens said he spoke to a long list of candidates during a search, including many who weren't publicized. Among other traits... Yeah, I already kind of talked about this. That was a different... It was the same but different thing said from somebody else. From another tweet. Ime said he has known Peyton Pritchard since he was a young kid in Portland, so he has relationships with plenty of Celtics already. Said he will still be on their since he will still be on their backs, and he thinks that's what players want or hard on the players. I'm glad he's got connections. I really am, especially with someone like Peyton Pritchard. And now I kind of want to bring up my little theory. If you can develop Peyton and Aaron Nesmith, and you roll with Smart, well, you can keep Nesmith. Let's say Nesmith's your sixth man. You run Smart as your shooting guard, Jalen as your small forward, or you run Nesmith as your small forward, Jalen as your sixth man, depending on how you'd run it. Tatum as your power forward. And let's say you bring in, or you have Al Horford, he's producing at a slightly higher level, or you've got somebody else who you've been developing, or maybe Taco Fall takes a big step or two, or let's say you had brought in somebody who is a vet who's going to give you at least mediocre kind of production and give you just enough to get, or just enough out of the starting lineup. That could be a dangerous lineup. I like that thought. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it's possible, and honestly, that could happen. Brad Stevens said he was, quote, really excited to have Ime as the next head coach. Stevens says everyone is excited to work with Ime every day and to quote to go on this journey led by Ime. I can't wait. I'm pumped. Ime said it was clear enough in the search that he would connect with Brad Stevens. Said he's very excited and honored to be with the Celtics and quote, let's go for 18. I like the mentality of let's go for another. Let's take another championship. Let's roll through another. And I like that. But now we're kind of going to go off from Celtics news for a bit. And now, let's talk about the Sixers. I still remember in the PSN Discord. Now, I'm not going to say who said these, but cuz I'm not going to do that to my guys. I'm not going to do that. But there's a couple before it tweeted, or before the series started. I'm just reading through some of the stuff we've said. Hold on. This is going to be difficult to find now, isn't it? Because I have to go all the way back. Someone did say Sixers in 7. I did see that. I saw some Sixers in 6. I think I even saw one in 5. Or Sixers in 5. And then one of our guys, even like leading up to Game 7, bet against the Sixers. He was right to do it. Once he got down by the Hawks. Ben Simmons passed up an open dunk under the basket over Trae Young. Dude, you've got the height advantage. Just do it. Alright, so when is this game? So the Suns play the Clippers up 3-1 in 40 minutes because it is currently 8:20. They start at 9. And I'm assuming Bucks-Hawks is tomorrow. I think. I could be wrong. No, I'm right. Tomorrow, 8:30 is Bucks-Hawks Game 4, Milwaukee up 2-1. Dude, if the Bucks knock out the Hawks, I would laugh. I would be rolling on the ground laughing that day because, if the Bucks knock down the Hawks and go on to face the Suns and like get 5-0 or 4-1 in Game 5, that would be the most anticlimactic ending to this crazy playoffs. That would be awesome, but sad at the same time. Because not only did the Sixers get knocked out, hold on, let me get to, because the Suns, okay, I scrolled too far. Because the Clippers 4-2'd the Jazz, which I didn't see coming. I thought the Jazz would win. The Bucks 4-3 Nets. And Atlanta 4-3 the Hawks. I so wanted that to happen. I was like, I want the Hawks and I wanted the Bucks. Well, I didn't want the Nets to win in general. But I was like, can we make this even more ironic? And have the Bucks beat them, and they did. And you can say, "Oh, they were hurt. They were hurt." Congratulations, your 3-headed monster got beheaded. Kyrie got hurt, and then what? Durant balled out and basically took over his spot for him. If Kyrie was in Game 7, I don't think Durant drops as many points as he did. And I remember I was watching that game, and I saw the final shot, and I was like, yep, and that's one. I'm done. And then turned it off. And then 5 minutes later, I get an alert from something, and I'm like, wait, the Nets? It got changed to a 2-point, and the game's going. I was like, what? Okay, I gotta watch this, and they won. I was like, okay, this is a great week for me. But anyways, well, looks like the Sixers got some decisions to make in this offseason. Like, do they move on from Ben Simmons? I've heard some yeses, I've heard some nos, I've heard some I don't cares. They've got to figure that out now. Also, you've got to stop having Seth Curry push ball carriers to their strong side. He did that a lot in Game 4. But anyways, this has been Fighter from 3. I will see you guys next week, hopefully on time, with another podcast.